Hi, it's Chancellor Mon, aka Oxide, here today again. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to multiply time in your business so you can get more done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Most common questions I get is, Oxide, I can't get so much done during the day. I plan to get this done. And at the end of the day, I end up getting 1-2 of them done. And it makes me feel bad. Now, it's a very important topic because how much you get done during the day influences how much profit you make in your business. And how much profit you make in your business influences your overall health as a person. And also the health of your business. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I multiply time in my business. And what I'm about to share with you is the exact same strategies that helped me move from working like 60 hours, 50 hours every week to working 35 hours every week. That's like 5 hours every day of the week. Like if I'm working 7 days a week, I work 5 hours every single day. So I want you to pay close attention because this is really going to help you cut the bullshit and begin to create more time in your business. I mean, this can create up to 40 hours more per week for you to work on things that really matter in your business. So pay close attention. Now before I go on, I want you to hit the like button. Well, don't hit it until you like the video, but hit the subscribe button. There are a lot of videos I have for you. If you're new on this channel and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do not forget to subscribe. There's so much more I have in store for you. Alright, I'm going to go into it straight up. These are like strategies I implemented in my business so I could focus on things that really mattered, so I could get more done, so I wouldn't go through the day feeling very useless and I won't wake up the next morning feeling frustrated. Because the truth is, and one thing I've noticed is, the way a day goes doesn't end with that day. It kind of moves on to other days. Like let's say for example, on a Monday you resume work and you plan to get 10 things done. And at the end of the day, you end up getting just 2 things done. It carries on into the next week because you're going to sleep and you're going to be unhappy. And you're going to wake up and the same thing is going to happen. So what happens is you are unhappy about how the previous day went. So it influences the next day. So it's like this feedback loop that keeps happening again, it keeps looping. So this thing I'm about to tell you, these strategies I'm about to share with you are really going to help you. So pay close attention. Now the first strategy, and this is one strategy I share with all my clients and all my students. Pay close attention. Number 1, stop trying. Alright? Stop trying. This is literally like the basis of everything I'm about to share with you. And if you take this one thing home, you're going to solve almost all your time problems. Now the first thing is stop trying. Now when I say stop trying, what I mean is stop trying to get so much done during the day. See, every single day before I go to bed, I write down just 3 things. You know, before when I started online marketing, before I go to bed, I'll write down like 10, 20 things I wanted to do the next day. And at the end of the day, I'll end up doing only 2. Now the reason why I wrote down those 10, 20 things is because at the moment I'm writing that list, I'm feeling very energetic. I'm feeling like, well, let's kill tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. And then I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow. You know, I might not be as energetic as I was, and definitely most times I'm not. And I end up doing, out of a list of 20, I end up doing like 2, 3, and it makes me feel frustrated. Now, I changed my strategy, and here's what I started doing. I reduced the list to 3. 3 very important things. Now, what I would ask myself to choose these 3 questions is this. Now, if I had a gun to my head, and I could only do 3 things tomorrow, what would I do? That's one of the amazing questions I discovered that really helps me to cut down on the bullshit. Because most of the time, when we try to create lists of things we want to do in our business, what we do is we end up adding so much to the list because we feel like, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. But the truth is, if you put down just 3, and let's say you feel very energetic during the day, and you're able to accomplish just 3, then you can add more, or you can just go to rest and start the next day more energetic because you feel fulfilled that you finished just 3. It makes you feel like, okay, you know, it makes you feel great about yourself. And how you feel actually translates a lot into the amount of work you do in your business. So you want to make sure you're feeling great, not feeling like shit. Right? If you write a list of 20, and at the end of the day you end up getting just 3 done, you're going to feel frustrated. But if you write down 3, and at the end of the day you get that 3 done, it's a different ball game, right? So the first strategy is stop trying to get so much done during the day. It's a hellhole, like really, it's not worth it. And the truth is, and that's the number 2 point. Okay, this is not working out. I call number 2, cut the BS, right? Now, cut the BS means cut the bullshit, right? That means you're probably doing more than you're meant to be doing in your business. That's the case for all entrepreneurs. Now, the thing is, most of the time, business owners are taught to add so much more. Okay, start doing this, start doing that. Everybody wants to do something. We don't feel comfortable with cutting away from what we're doing currently. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you have, and this is an illustration I give frequently. Let's say you have 5 cars. You have a Lamborghini, you have a Ferrari, you have an Audi, you have a Bugatti, and you have a Lexus. Let's see, Lexus. Now, you have these 5 cars, you have the money to afford them. Now, someone walks up to you and tells you, okay, bro, you're really going to have to give away 4 of these cars and have only one. That's going to be like the most devastating thing you've ever done. Because as human beings, it's easier for us to add more than to subtract, right? So it will be harder for you to say, okay, I don't want the Ferrari, I'm going to give away the Ferrari, the Audi, the Lexus, or Bugatti. You don't need to give it away, sell it probably. And I'm going to stay with the Lambo only. It's going to be very hard for you to do. But let's say you had only the Lambo, and let's say money is not a problem for you, and you're told to buy 4 other cars. It's not going to be very hard to do. In fact, you're going to find it very easy to just walk into the car dealership and then just get 4 extra cars. But it's going to be harder for you to give away these 4 cars. Now, I'm saying money is not a problem. I'm not talking about, you don't have money to buy it. Money is not a problem in this case. That's the way we are as humans. Humans are naturally what I call maximalists, right? It's ingrained in us. It's in our human nature. Like, when we're born as kids, we always wanted to have more toys than we needed. Like, you literally can't play with 10 toys at a time. You can only play with 1 toy at a time. But we wanted to have a lot of toys. Let's say we're going to our parents and we see a toy we like. We're like, hey, I want that. It's ingrained in our human nature, right? So part of becoming a very amazing business owner and an entrepreneur that gets things done is being able to cut the BS, right? You're doing so much in your business. It's time to let go of some things. And it's very hard because it's like giving away a baby. Let's say your wife gave birth and you have to give away that baby. Like the way Abraham had to sacrifice his son. That's difficult. That's why a lot of people can't do it. And that's why a lot of businesses are dying. That's why a lot of businesses are not growing. That's why a lot of businesses are not making profit. Now, when I started implementing this strategy, it was very painful at first. But when I saw the gains from it, I started to do it more. And it literally changed my business. I moved from working to like 60 hours a week to working 35 hours a week. And I tripled my monthly earnings. I mean, I tripled it, or more than tripled it, but really, I tripled it while still doing less. So I had to cut away offers I was selling, I had to cut away products I was selling, I had to cut away clients I was working with. I had to cut down the things I was doing. I had to cut down social medias I was spending time on, right? I had to say, okay, I'm not going to do Instagram anymore. I'm not going to try to dominate TikTok. I'm not going to have a podcast. I'm going to eliminate all that. And I'm just going to focus on what really matters. Now, that alone multiplies your time. Because really, the strategies I'm sharing with you here today are not strategies to say, okay, I want you to invent more times during the day. They are just strategies to help you discover time that you're spending doing those things that don't really matter, right? So you want to cut the BS. Now, how do you cut the BS? I'm going to share with you a strategy I use to cut the BS. I call it LIE, lie. Keep this at the back of your mind. L stands for leverage, I stands for impact, and E stands for energy, right? So I'm going to illustrate leverage here. Now, leverage is like, this is a ball. I'm going to label it L, and this is a load. Let me see, 50 kg. Yeah, let me call it 50 kg. Yeah. Now you can't lift 50 kg. You can't lift 50 kg. There are very, very few people in the world who can pick up something that is worth 50 kg, just like a bag of rice. But if you are able to put it on something like this, a wheel, what happens is some of the force that you're meant to be carrying, if you were just lifting up the 50 kg, is transferred to this wheel. And that's what leverage is all about, right? So anything I'm doing in my business that doesn't create lie, I cut it off. Now, if I'm working on anything and it doesn't create leverage, I stop doing it. If it doesn't create impact, I stop doing it. If it doesn't create energy, now energy I'm talking about is momentum, motivation, and money, right? You can call them like your 3 M's. 3 M's. I'm going to explain 3 M's, right? So what you want to make sure you're doing is every activity you're doing in your business creates one of these 3. Like for example, one of the activities I stopped doing was I stopped replying to every comment, and I stopped replying to every message I got on my social media, right? I cut it down, and I also got someone who was looking at them for me, right? So I leveraged someone. Because it wasn't creating leverage, it wasn't creating impact, and it wasn't creating energy. I wasn't replying messages and I was feeling motivated. I wasn't replying messages and I was feeling momentum to get more things done, you know. It was just a time sucker, and you know, at some point it was even draining my energy, right? So I started focusing on tasks that created leverage, impact. And when I talk about leverage, I'm talking about doing more with less, like hiring someone, working with a VA. That's a high leverage activity. Creating content creates leverage, because when you create content, you can leverage a lot of platforms. Like you can reach a lot of people just by putting out simple content on the internet. Like for example, if I put out this video on YouTube, I'm going to get quite a lot of views that I can't reach in person. So I create content regularly. Impact. Okay, I'm looking at content creation now. Does content creation create impact? You watching this video, you're going to learn a thing or two from this video. Or if you don't learn anything, someone is going to watch this video and learn something from it, and have impacted that person. Energy. Someone can watch this video and feel like, whoa, I want to learn more from this guy. I feel like, you know, I can learn more from him, and they can decide to buy a course I'm selling, or they can comment and say, okay, amazing video, and it motivates me to get more done, right? So content creation falls under these three categories. That's why every single day in my business, I create content every single day. Now let's look at client acquisition, getting clients, right? Getting clients creates leverage, because when I work with certain clients, I'm able to present their results to get other clients. That's leverage, getting more with less, right? Impact. If I work with a client and I get results for them, I've impacted their business. And when I talk about impact, impact is another form of energy, right? That means money is not the only form of energy. Now, when you impact someone, that person might know someone who needs your help. I call it ethereal money, spiritual money. Now, when I mean spiritual, I'm not talking about, you know, spiritual money is like money that is not yet liquid, it's not yet in cash yet. Things like goodwill, taking up the head space of people. Like for example, let's say you put out content consistently on a particular subject. Over time, you begin to get known for that subject. What happens is you begin to take up head space in the minds of people. You begin to live rent-free in their head. And if anyone has a problem that you could solve, they would not hesitate to refer you, right? So, impact. Client acquisition creates impact because I impact those people, and also they can refer me, which is leverage also. And also it creates energy. When I get clients, they pay me to help them get stuff done. And they pay me money, of course. And if I get good work done for them, I get motivated to get more clients, right? So that's a very, very high ROI activity. That's something I'm not going to cut out from my business. That's something I'm going to keep doing in my business. Alright? I'm trying to think of something else. Okay, consistent lead generation. Let's say I generate leads every single day. Does it create leverage? Yes, of course, because when I generate 100 leads, I can sell to 20. And I might not sell to the remaining 80, but in future, there's a high probability they are going to buy from me. And future can be the next day, next week, the next month, the next year, whatever it is, right? Lead generation also creates impact because when I generate leads, for me to nurture them, I have to impact them. I have to show them, okay, I know my stuff. I'm an expert at this stuff. So that's impact. And energy. Lead generation creates money because if you generate leads, you're going to be able to convert them from leads to customers. No leads, no customers, right? So these are activities. This was the way I was able to sit down, look at everything I was doing in my business and tell myself, okay, this has to go. This has to stay. I need to double down on doing this. And in doing so, I was able to create so much time in my business to get these important things done and so much money. If you watch my last video, in my last video, the link is up. You can see it on the upper right. In my last video, I drew a diagram, and I'm going to draw it here again. I said, okay, your energy during the day, let's liken your energy to 10 centimeters, right? Now, if you focus that 10 centimeters on one thing that day, you're going to get a lot of it done, right? Let's say you focus 10 centimeters of your energy getting clients or creating content. I mean, things that actually create leverage, impact, and energy, all right? Now, someone else, another business owner, would try to split his energy of 10% into 5 things. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 10, right? So what happens is this person ends up doing a lot during the day, feeling tired, and getting very little to nothing done. While this guy that focuses on one thing gets that thing done and moves on to the next day feeling energetic, with still so much time to do the things you love. You can decide to play a game, spend time with your loved ones, learn a new skill, learn a new language, learn a new hobby, just explore your creative hobbies, right? So this person has the advantage of getting things done and also having so much time in his business. And also, when that happens, your health is going to improve. Let's forget about that for now, but your health is definitely going to improve because your body really doesn't agree with you exhausting yourself to get a lot of things done. Now, this guy feels he's getting a lot done. He's like, okay, I did 5 days today and I didn't get any one done, so I'll continue tomorrow. So the next day he keeps dragging it. Now, let's say each and everything he wants to do needs 10 centimeters of energy. Now, this guy gets one thing done in a day, gets another done in another day. He's feeling energetic, he's getting things done. But this guy doesn't get anything done for 5 days, right? He keeps doing these 5 things for 5 days until he gets one done. Now, I'm very sure, and this is what happens with humans, before the end of the 5 days, or even before 3 days, or on the 4th day, he's going to break down. He's going to feel, damn, this is bullshit. I'm wasting my time. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that business owner. That's why when I say, what's the BS? It's literally the second most important thing you need to focus on, right? So now the third thing you need to focus on, if you want to, the third strategy I use to create more time in my business, and a lot of people won't tell you this, is number 3, become minimalist, right? Now this is a very, very hard thing to do. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's a very hard thing to do because human beings are naturally maximalist, as I said earlier. Now, becoming a minimalist means you want to do the minimal things during the day, but make sure you're doing those things wrong. Now, there's a quote that influenced what I'm telling you right now, and the quote was, "Something is not called perfect." Or let me say, an artwork is not called perfect because there's nothing more that can be added to it. An artwork is called perfect when nothing more can be removed from it. So what you want to do is you want to streamline, you want to shed the sawdust, you want to sharpen the sword or whatever. You want to focus on doing little during the day instead of doing more. I know a lot of people preach about doing more. Okay, you got to do this, get this done, do this, do that, do that. No, I'm telling you otherwise here because this is exactly what works. It's worked for me, and I believe it can work for you too. You want to become minimalist. That means you want to do less during the day. You want to cut down everything. Let's say you're spending so much time on social media. You want to cut down on it. Let's say you spend so much time replying messages. You want to cut down on it. Then you want to transfer this time that you're spending doing these things that don't create LIE. And you want to transfer them to, and that's like the fourth one, become maximalist on your IGTs. Now, what are IGTs? IGT simply stands for income generating tasks. These are tasks you do during the day that move the money needle of your business, right? You know, before I used to spend the whole day doing things that really didn't matter. Before I used to spend the whole day doing things that really didn't matter, like scrolling through, social media, searching for things, doing research and all that kind of things that really don't matter. But then I decided to cut that. I said, okay, every single day, what I'm going to focus on doing is, I'm going to focus on one thing that brings money in the short term, and one thing that brings money in the long term, right? Because money, income, profits, whatever you want to call it, is the lifeblood of your business, right? So when you're talking about creating more time to get more done in your business, I'm talking about creating more time and still making times 3 more money. That means you're going to cut down on those things you're doing and still make a lot of money, right? So you want to focus on your IGTs. You want to become minimalist on those things that don't create leverage, impact, energy, that in the form of money. And you want to become maximalist on your IGTs, right? For example, let's say every day, I do something that creates money short term. It can be like following up a client, it can be, pitching another client presently. It can be creating an offer, putting out an offer. Now, on the next day, on that same day, I'm also going to do something that creates money long term. It can be researching another client I'm going to pitch maybe next week or next 2 weeks. It can be creating content I'm going to refer to when I'm trying to sell prospects on social media. It can be generating leads I'm going to sell to in the future, right? So I balance it, money in the short term and also money in the long term. So what this helps me do is I stop doing those things that don't matter. Because I'm very honest with you, and try this. Write down everything you do during the day, because some people go through the day feeling like, oh my God, I'm doing so much. But what really happens is they spend their time doing low value tasks, those things that don't move the money needle, those things that don't even create long-term money, they don't create short-term money. Like, for example, replying everybody who messages you. How does that create money in the long term? You're just going to waste your time. But let's say you have a list of people who you're following up based on an offer you presented to them. Now that's more specific, that's more directed, and you can go max on that, right? You can create more money in the short term by reaching out to these guys. And also, it also creates money in the long term because they might not buy from you, but the fact that you showed up again to follow them up, boom, it can set the pace for a future sale, right? So these 4 strategies are really all I implemented. Now, I know you were expecting me to give you some tricks and some hacks and some wherever. But really, this is it. This is the trick, this is the hack, this is the whatever you want, right? It's not about doing more. That's what I'm going to end this, this video with. Productivity, having more time in your business is not equal to doing more, right? Productivity is doing the little that really creates the spark, the amazing things, right? The big things, the huge things. So what I want you to focus on, and the mindset I want you to have after watching this video, is what can I cut down on? What can I stop doing? Not what do I do, what can I stop doing? And what do I double down on? What am I doing currently that I can double down on? And what am I doing currently that I can stop doing? Ask yourself these questions, write them out, and if possible, you can put them in the comment section. I think you should do that. Put them in the comment section. If you have any questions, put them there. If you have any tasks you're unsure about, whether these are low value tasks or high value tasks, just put them in the comment section. I'll be free to go through it and give you my opinions and see if it helps you. Alright, so this is how I'll end this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and please once again like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and also share the video. If you know someone, a business owner who is crying no time, and you feel like this video would help them, please share it with them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Now I want you to hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying the video, and also you can share to other people who you feel it would help. Have an amazing day.